Hi, it's Mike Hamilton on 8:30 GMT on Tuesday morning. So as you know, it's budget day today and Fed day tomorrow, but these charts are really setting up nicely. Had some fantastic gap ups yesterday, but retraces throughout the rest of the day. So I just want to go through that with you so that you're armed for this important week. Talked in my video about the dollar potentially the first retest of the 50 EMA since it's moved to the upside. The first retest is normally a fade, so I'd expect a bounce. We got a big buyer's bar yesterday. With all the potential moves up in commodities, I think the Fed are going to start to get worried about an asset bubble, particularly with the Chinese move to potentially, it's not certain, to float their currency. If that happens, basically the Chinese are finding their commodities expensive because of the way their currency was pegged to the dollar. So if they do go ahead and release that, it leaves their currency to float more, releases pressure on the dollar, and I think that will force an asset bubble, and the Fed will have to move quickly to put rates up. So I think this is what the markets are sniffing out at the moment. But so they're wanting to sniffle out any potential asset bubble. And by doing that, you need a stronger dollar. So I think this dollar could continue to move to the upside. On pure technicals, this is a very nice bounce off the 50 EMA. Forget the fundamentals for a minute. You know, the charts are telling us that we could be getting closer to a rate rise. Hammer on a 20-day moving average in the bonds. This looks as if the bonds are going to want to look to the upside. So this story is changing quite fast this week, which is a bit difficult to put a weekly newsletter together when you've got all this happening. So obviously we've got a lot ahead of us, but I'm just trying to get my head around and help you picture what might be ahead of us as these important days unfold. Gold sold off big time, so the strength in the dollar has brought the gold right back. This is what I was looking at in the gold. I personally think gold is looking to top heavy. I always get very nervous when I can see things like all these shops in the high street asking for your old gold. You know that the supply of gold is going to increase. The Asians are buying less gold for jewellery, which is one of the important backbones of the mining industry. So if you've got an increased supply, less demand, it comes to reason that this could fall off, and that's at the moment what we're seeing in the gold. The ES, this is looking very much like the FTSE. Did a 50% test, a test of the 50% Fibonacci yesterday in the ES and the FTSE. At the moment we've opened this morning, we're just on the 50 EMA. With a reversal bar like that and a retest of the 50 EMA and a strong dollar, we could be looking for a break to the downside. So the way I will be playing it, I will be putting an order in the book for a move below 1108.5 with a stop right up here. So it's a very big stop. So I'll go half size and see if I can get a rollover back down to these lows. So a quick look at oil. It's got a reversal bar right under the 50 EMA. So we closed above the 50 EMA on Friday. We've got a reversal bar right under there. Now this could be just consolidating. We're trapped between the 8 and the 50, and we've got the 20 below and the 200 above. So, but this reversal bar under the 50 to me looks as if we could get ready to roll over. Quick look at natural gas, coming off heavily off the 200 EMA. Right, currencies, quickly, currencies. I want to make this a short video. So Aussie dollar, reversal bar, but holding up. Markets don't like gaps, and we've got a gap. With a strong dollar, this Aussie dollar could fall off, particularly with the gold coming off and potential commodities coming off. So I'm looking for a break of 86.75. CAD potentially coming. This is bullish. I mean, this looks like a nice consolidation pattern with the 20 EMA coming across, the 8 coming across, and the 20 just breaking through the 50. So maybe this sell-off yesterday was just because the markets were too extended and we're consolidating. So if I'm putting orders in for the break of the lows and they don't get filled, that's fine. I will then reverse that and look for longs. Pound. Obviously, we've got the budget today, so the market is looking for possible increases in VAT, capital gains, the kind of But if the markets could take this two ways. They could either think to themselves, well, maybe the pound's a safer haven if the British government are taking big steps, but maybe they'll just see this as increase pressure on the pound and sell it off. So what I'm doing is, again, it looks like we've got a reversal bar under the 50 EMA, so and we're just under this major resistance here. So if we get a break below 147.43, I'm going to short with a stop above that shooting star. Let's look at the yen pairs. CAD yen. Not touching this at the moment. I think there are better charts out there. One that I really like, the one I shorted yesterday, I shorted this on the 60 minutes as it came up against the 200 EMA. So I'm still short this one, but I will increase my position if I get a break below 79.50. This looked like a potential bullish consolidation, so a very, very rapid move to the upside, but I like the fact the value chart is relatively high and the reversal bar is under the 50 EMA, so that's probably the best one out there at the moment. Aussie dollar US, reversal bar on the 200 EMA, so a break, as I said in the Aussie dollar index, a break of 87.58, and I would short that. Euro CAD not touching, Euro pound on a lot of support here, but if it breaks this support here at 83.35, I was looking for this level at the weekend. I'm going to stand aside on this one because I think there are more exciting charts out there. This is the one that's really got me going. You can just see I've got a channel up here and a channel down here. I'm going to look to get short this one today because this has got all the moving averages above. This is probably, alongside that Aussie dollar yen, this is probably one of the best yen pairs out there. If this drops, this could drop hard into plenty of space. The risk reward ratio could be high and you can get your stop relatively close. So I like Euro yen, not touching this one. This one's very volatile, very unclean chart. I'm going to leave that one well alone. That's US dollar yen. US dollar CAD, again leaving this one alone. We have got that strength in the US dollar index, but the CAD index to me is a little awkward. This is the one I wanted to get filled in yesterday and I didn't. I had an order in the book, which I've now cancelled, of course. This is a trigger bar. I wanted to pull back to the moving average and it's just gapped down. Value chart is already low, so that's leaving that one. That's the pound Aussie dollar. Pound CAD. Interesting chart. It's a nice wedge, very, very nice wedge. If it breaks this wedge, I would expect it to fall hard, but I think the risk reward ratio is not as good as the Euro yen. Pound yen could fall very nicely. Risk reward ratio is quite good, but I prefer the Euro yen. Pound dollar, so reversal bar under the 50 EMA. We've got a couple of EMAs holding us up there, so the Euro yen is much better. I hope that helps. Trade carefully, trade light. It's very volatile. If you've got a small account, I suggest you wait until later in the week. If you've got a large account, then I'll go half size on the Euro yen. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway. I can't make any suggestions to you. It's your decision. It's your trade. All I can do is tell you what I'm doing, and and you had a quick look at the insights for me there. As for stocks, very volatile. I'll look at those tomorrow. Thanks very much, guys. Email me with any questions.